These are the moments when everybody gun loaded. We not instigate violence, but we believe in the self-defense no matter what. These are the moments when every gangster gun loaded. We not instigate violence, but we believe in the self.
Welcome to True Island Stories. This is part 2 of Cudjoe, the Jamaican slave warrior, a more detailed account. Cudjoe, also known as Cudjoe or Tacky, was a prominent figure in Jamaican history, particularly noted for his role as a leader in slave rebellions during the 18th century. Now, Cudjoe is believed to have been born around 1750 in West Africa, specifically from the Akan ethnic group, similar to Nani. You can check out her story, epic, on this channel. Akan group is primarily located in present-day Ghana. The Akan people were known for their rich cultural heritage and resistance to colonial powers. So they are warrior people. They have been resisting white powers from over in their country. And even when they were dragged from their homeland and brought thousands of miles seabound to a strange place, that did not deter their foreign spirit. They continued relentlessly the struggle for their freedom. Cudjoe was brought to Jamaica as a part of the transatlantic slave trade. Historical records suggest that he arrived on the island in the early 1760s, although the exact dates are often debated due to lack of comprehensive documentation from that period. Upon arrival, he was enslaved on a plantation owned by a British colonist. In those days, Irish and British owned several plantations in Jamaica. Of note, our dialect, Patois, is derived specifically from Irish dialect, not British. Cudjoe became a significant figure in several notable slave rebellions against British colonial rule. His famous involvement was in the Tacky's War, also known as Tacky's Rebellion, which took place between April and June 1760. Now, this rebellion was one of the largest and most organized revolts by enslaved Africans in Jamaica during that time. Now, please note, Tacky is also Cudjoe, and his story is on the channel. The rebellion began when Cudjoe and other enslaved individuals rose up against their oppressors for years of brutal treatment and harsh living conditions. Cudjoe's leadership skills were instrumental in organizing the revolt. The insurgents initially achieved several victories, capturing plantations and gaining control over large areas of land. However, despite early successes, the rebellion faced significant challenges due to lack of resources and military support. After about 2 months of fighting, British forces managed to suppress the uprising through brutal counterinsurgency tactics. Ultimately, Cudjoe's forces were defeated. Many rebels were unalived or captured, leading to several reprisals against those involved. Following Tacky's War, Cudjoe continued to inspire resistance among enslaved people, but did not lead any major organized rebellions again. His legacy lived on as he became a symbol of resistance against oppression. While specific details about Cudjoe's family are scarce due to historical documentation limitations, it is known that he had allies among other enslaved individuals who supported his cause during the Tacky's War. Notable figures who fought alongside him included Nani of the Maroons, although she led her own separate movements among the Maroons, escaped slaves who formed independent communities. Nani's efforts contributed to the broader context of resistance against slavery during this period. Other unnamed leaders within Tacky's coalition played crucial roles in coordinating attacks and maintaining morale among rebel fighters, because one thing during a conflict, your men, their morals have to be upkept. Without morale, then there's no vibes, there's no energy, there's no frequency to go out in the battlefield and fight gallantly. The fate of Cudjoe after Tacky's War remains somewhat ambiguous. Historical accounts suggest that he may have been captured following the defeat of his forces. However, there are no definitive records detailing his unalivings or final years. Some narratives, however, indicate that he might have escaped into the mountains or joined Maroon communities where escaped slaves sought refuge from colonial authorities. Cudjoe's legacy endures as an emblematic figure representing resistance against slavery in Jamaica. His actions inspired future generations to fight for freedom, fight for freedom, fight for freedom and justice. And in my conclusion, Cudjoe's story reflects both individual courage and collective struggle against systemic oppression faced by enslaved Africans in Jamaica during colonial times. His movement in the Tacky's War highlights not only his leadership but also underscores the broader context of resistant movements across the Caribbean. Now, I hope you guys enjoy the finale. If you didn't catch part 1, please go and check it out. More action-packed, more cinematic. And the reason I do these stories, in a footnote, is I loved history at school. But sometimes the way how a teacher teaches history is not necessarily received properly by the student. Although there's a saying, whenever the student is ready, the master will appear. But history is very important. That's why I do it this way. Add a little entertainment to it just to hold the listeners' attention. And if I didn't study history in school, I couldn't be doing these historical stories for you guys. And another thing of note, which is very important, we have to know our history. Because without knowing our history, you're blind as a bat going forward. Because history has a weird way of repeating itself. And if you're historically adept or historically learned, then you can see the signs and make the necessary proactive preparations so as to withstand whatever is coming your way. Okay? So history is very important. Let no one on earth tell you any less. Tell him I said that. Guru Menke. Do check out the other stories on the channel. Anyone who wants my autobiography, Darker Side of Paradise, 2 epic volumes, 31 episodes, $50 for both. Just DM me at True Island Stories Instagram or email me at trueislandstories@gmail.com. If you watch this video in its entirety, please leave a like and a comment. Thank you very much. And if you're not getting any notification when I drop a video, please just press that little bell, your subscribe bell, you unsubscribe and resubscribe. That freshen up the notification. Alright? Have a great day. See you on the next one.
Which one of the shark? Moon the black rims, but the cat same soft. And I estimate the pass and get them at cock. Screamers and YG man them a war. Whole place fuck up from them gone with the boss. Scared them bridge dream a rock man dark. Whole place someone from them make a pay boy. When the man drop and who get the joy? Panty ice, you turn star, but what will you choose? Lego the go that come panty ice news. So what will you choose? Cry peace are dead in the feud. What will you choose? Lego the go that come pan CVM news. So what will you choose? Cry peace are dead in the feud. What will you choose? What will you choose? Oh, what will you choose? Oh, what will you choose? Charlie wa black down Rockfort. Mikey Pelp, head in a boat. No drop but him badness a goat. Jet clean, make enough man fear for God. Chubby Jordan Pogo out of sort. Not the mark and you enough man them out. Junglist them we kill it then go burn down your house. Ceiling at entertaining, not thump none of mouth. Well, you do the crime then, you do the time. Can't escape, you can't blur the line. I choose the fifth and tear off the side. Man, you can't mix up looks, man, with up a film. Marcel Portmore lone assassin. One motion, put the code bada bing. Rockport rise the 4 and the god that I sing. What will you choose? Lego the gonna come and TIS news. What will you choose? Cry peace are dead in the feud. What will you choose? Lego the gonna come and CVM news. What will you choose?